Hello guys, let's move on with what we left last day, and that was questions based on constant acceleration. So we'll move on some questions on constant acceleration, and here we have the first question. The question says that the freely falling particle. So here we have a freely falling particle. Let's say this one. A freely falling particle covers a building of height 48 meter. So we are given that there is a freely falling particle and it covers a building of height 45 meter. Let's say this is a building and we are given that this height here is 45 meter. Okay. Now a freely falling particle covers a building of 45 meter height in 1 second. So the time that is given to us is equal to 1 second. Find the height of the point from where the particle was released. It is given that g is equal to 10 meter per second square. So it has been given that g we have is equal to 10 meter per second square, which in actual is 9.8 meter per second square. So this ball here which we have here, this ball is falling down, right? And this is a 45 meter height building. So what we do, first we take this whole height as h from where it has been thrown. So this is the level ground here. So this here is the level ground on which the building is set. So this is h. Now it is said that in 1 second it goes down by a distance of 45 meter, right? So here we need to find h. So what we do, we take two levels here. First is this level here, this one, that the top of the building, and next is the ground level here, right? Now the rest remaining distance that we have here, this is h, this is h minus 45, right? So we can find the velocity at this position using the equation. So we need to find the velocity at this position, which we can find here as v using v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Now it is said that it dropped from that height, so we can assume that u is equal to 0. Therefore this thing is equal to 0. Therefore we write v square is equal to 2as, right? So v square is equal to 2 into acceleration, that is g, into h, that is h minus 45. Therefore from here we have v is equal to under the root. We are not putting the value of g right now, we will put it later. It is 2g h minus 45, right? So it is v is equal to under the root 2g h minus 45. Now we have v at this position here. So what we do, we now apply, using this as a label, we now apply the equation s is equal to ut plus half at square. Now what we do is, we apply this equation s is equal to ut plus half a t square. Now it is given that s is equal to 45 meters. So when we replace s is equal to 45 meter, we keep u as v, t is 1 second, plus half, keep it as a g, and t square, that is 1 whole square. So we get is 45 is equal to v plus half g. Now what we put the value of t, we will get half g is equal to 5. Therefore v is equal to 40. Therefore we get the velocity at this position here on the top here. This is, here is 40 meter per second. Therefore now we substitute the value here and here, and from here thus we will get under the root 2g h minus 45 is equal to 40. And using this we can easily find the h, which we can, let's say we find it. So when you square it, we'll get h minus 45 is equal to 40 into 40 divided by 2 into 10. So 10 gets cancelled, 2 and 2 gets cancelled, 80. Therefore h we have is equal to 125 meter. Therefore using this simple two equations we could find the value of h which we needed to find. Now there is another question. It is similar to this, but in this case what is happening is a particle is thrown in upward direction with velocity v0. Here we are throwing or just like falling the particle from a height. Here we are throwing up the particle and it is thrown with a velocity v0. It passes through a point P of height h at t1 and t2, so that t1 plus t2 is. So we need to find at what time the both let me just redraw the situation. Let's say we have a building here, and this time we have it again. We have its height as h. Right, we have this height as h. What it says that like if we have let's say we have a ball here, right, and what is happening is we are throwing the ball upwards. We throw the ball like this, right? So when it will reach such, say like this point P here, let's say it will reach at point P like it is at here. So when it come back, when it goes up and then it come back, so when it comes back it will again be at this point P. Therefore the first time when it is at P, the time is t1, and the second time when it is at P, the time is t2. So we need to find what is t1 plus t2. Right, that is our main motto that we need to find here. So we are given that it is thrown with a velocity v0. We'll assume that, and it is thrown with a velocity v0. What we do is we say that this upper distance here is x. So what is the rest distance? The rest distance h minus s, which is not given to us. Neither x is given to us nor h is given to us, but we are given with the velocity and the time t1 and t2. Now we need to find t1 plus t2. We are only given with the velocity v0. So first we apply the same equation that we were applying, that is h minus x into like that, right. So what we do, we write that equation, s is equal to ut plus half at square. So h minus x is equal to v0 into t. Now it is very important to note that when we are now doing the direction part, that in which direction to, we need to assume the direction first. So we do what, that this direction is positive, right. So whatever is taken in this direction, it is positive. So we see that the ball is moving upwards, the distance covered is positive, the velocity is positive, but the acceleration is downwards g, therefore it will be negative. So you let h minus x is equal to v0 into t minus half times g t square, right. So this is what we have here. Now similarly what we do, now we take this level here, we take the upper level, that is the building level, and we now see that at this position the ball comes to rest, therefore velocity at this position is 0. So we can again assume a similar kind of a thing, and we can say that this we can like use the equation v is equal s is equal to ut plus half at square again, but this time it is downward, so we will use negative. So we have minus x, the ut is 0, but this time this is positive, so half, no, slight change, that this will be positive because now we have to change the direction. When we moving down, we'll assume that downwards is positive and this will be plus x. So this is half g t dash square, right. From here we can easily find t dash as under the root 2x by g. So t dash here is under root 2x by g. Now we know that t1 can be found out from the first equation, right, and t2 can be found out by t1 plus t dash, because t dash is the time taken from the roof to that point P, and t1 is the time from that the t2 will be the time from here plus that x, therefore it will be t naught. So it will be t naught plus t dash, and what is t naught is the time taken to reach the roof. which we know is under the root 2h by g, right? So this will be under root 2h by g plus under the root 2x by g. So this is T2, right? And from here we can find T1 because it's a quadratic equation. So when we add both of this, we will get T1 plus T2 as our equation. And h can also be calculated, like we know that v square minus u square is equal to 2gh, right? From here we can have v naught square is equal to 2gh, and therefore from h we have v naught square upon 2g. When we put it here, we will get v naught upon g, right? Similarly we can find out that, and we will get it as 2 v naught by g. We will get t1 plus t2 is equal to 2 v naught by g. There is another method for solving this equation and solving this question, which is a little shorter but a little harder to understand. Well, first of all, in that case we need two things: first the vector approach and secondly displacement approach. Now let us look at a situation here. What we have in this situation, a ball is going upwards, it is reaching the top of the building and again coming down at P, right? So what we do here, we just at point P it is coming 2 times. Now what is the net displacement of the ball at time t1? It is h minus x in the positive direction if we assume the above direction to be positive. Now what we do is we take the downward direction. Now in the downward direction also the displacement is h minus x, but this time in the negative direction, right? But still the s is equal to ut plus half at square equation will be the same. Therefore what we have written here, h minus x, this equation here, h minus x equal to half gt square. This equation is applicable for both the equation of motions for time t1 as well as for time t2. Therefore if we just rearrange this equation in terms of a quadratic equation like half gt square minus v naught t plus h minus x equal to 0, then this is a quadratic equation which will give two values of t, and these two values of t will be shown t1 and t2 because we are pointing at the point P, and at this position it comes at 2 points t1 and t2. Therefore when we use this equation, the values will get t1 and t2, and in a quadratic equation the sum of the roots is given by the minus b by l. That is, if it is ax square plus bx plus c then is equal to 0, then the sum of the roots will be minus b by 2a, right? It will be minus b by 2a. When we use this equation here, it will give us v naught by g. The t1 plus t2 will be given by v naught by g. That is a really shortcut method for doing this type of equations.